Damn, y'all. This movie was fire.
Let's talk about it. All right. Before we start talking about it, you know what time it is. We need you to go ahead, subscribe to our channel. Yeah. We need you to hit the like button and the notification bell so you get notified every single time we upload a new video. Okay? Yeah. We went to see Sinners. Okay? It's everything everybody is saying about it. Everything. Like,
y'all, I had so much that I wanted to say on this. I wrote some notes, y'all. I had to.
Literally. Normally, I just keep track of what's going on in the movie so we can remember when we talk about it in our non-spoilers. No. This man said, I got bullets. All right?
I got stuff to say.
He got stuff to say. So, okay, let's take a step back.
All right.
Introduce us to the movie, directors, actors, actresses, all of that.
Okay, so Sinners. Number one, we got the legendary Ryan Coogler director.
Yes.
So he's responsible for Fruitvale Station, for Creed, for Black Panther 1 and 2. He's great.
Yeah.
Then we got a lot of our leads. Haley Steinfeld, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, I thought you was going there first. I was prepared to... Anyway.
My bad. Haley Steinfeld, Michael B. Jordan, a newcomer, Miles Canton. Let me see.
What's Remic's name? Jack
O'Connor. Jack O'Connell.
Okay.
Yeah. They're pretty much, I think everyone did really well in this.
Yes.
I got a lot to say, y'all.
Okay. What were some of your favorite things about the movie, or points that really stuck out to you?
Okay.
Start us on the rundown. Are y'all prepared?
So this movie was a masterful way in storytelling and a masterpiece in world building. Okay, so it's how he visually shows the film, how he depicts music, and how it transcends time. People are going to go see this movie, right? And on all the trailers, you see Michael B. Jordan, you know it's by Ryan Coogler. You already know that those two are kind of the big pieces of the film, but all the other characters around them shine, I think, just as much as Michael B.
I agree.
I think they were awesome.
Everybody in their own roles definitely, they take on the character very well. I think, they all make you feel something. So, no, I agree with that.
And if we go, let's go through them. Haley Steinfeld. She plays the love interest to one of Michael B's twins. She does great. She gives us a bit of sultry, some sinister in her acting. It's great. I'm really loving her. Jack O'Connell, he is great as the villain.
He was a great villain.
And we already liked him. We saw him in a movie called Money Monster with George Clooney. He was a suicide bomber in that. And he played not as big of a role as George Clooney in that film, but here,
I would say that they were the main leads. For real, you know.
Yeah, so, and we liked them in that. So seeing him in this, I was I know him. So
that's where it's from.
Yeah.
It didn't dawn on me until you said it earlier. I'm that is him. We love that movie.
Yeah, Money Monster.
I can't think of a lot of other things that I've seen him in that I can recognize. But no, I think he did a great job. He was a great villain. I agree.
He was awesome. So that's number 2. Number 3, Miles Canton. So he was really, really good. This is his first movie, y'all. He hasn't had a film role at all. Okay.
So let them know who he is, though. In the trailer,
he's the one with the guitar. He's the one singing.
Yes, that's who he is.
This is his first role ever. And 2 things about this. Number 1, his first role with Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler. This is his first spot.
The door.
And he already working with an A-list. Right, he's already working with an A-list director and an A-list actor. That's incredible for his first role. Second thing is that even though the spotlight is on Michael B. as the leading role, it didn't diminish Miles's performance. I think he also did really well.
Yeah,
his singing was great.
I don't think anybody outshined, or I don't think because Michael B. Jordan was the main character that he took away from other people. I just think everybody did their thing.
Did great.
Like, they really did.
And then if you go into Michael B's, performance himself, I really feel like he flexed his acting chops on this one.
Definitely.
I feel like he played the dual roles, which is really cool. I feel like we've seen that a lot. Maybe it's just because we just watched Severance.
Severance.
And then
what else that just had the two people? Shoot, I can't think of it. But
I feel like we watched
maybe it was just Severance, but it was a lot of people in Severance. That's what it is.
And it feels like we just watched a lot of stuff recently.
Mickey 17. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson. It feels like we've watched a lot of actors recently doing dual roles, and they've been like doing really good at making them feel different. And
I like that. I want to feel like it's two different people acting. Yeah. And I think he does a good job, like, creating the two. You definitely can see who Smokey is, who Stack is, like, by their actions.
So in the movie, he plays brothers, twin brothers, the Smokestack twins, right? So one of them's named Smoke, and one of them's named Stack. First of all, I even like the names. It's just kind of slick, I don't know, I really like it. But each one has their quirks. Smoke, he's more like a man of business. He's like cunning, focused. He's a deal maker, and you can kind of see that throughout the film. And Stack, he's more of a man of the people. He's personable. He's persuasive. He's kind of a slick talker, and he's resourceful. And I feel like they're not that one is better than the other, but that they complement each other.
I agree with that.
I feel like their traits complement. Like, it's almost as if they took one person with all these traits and then broke them into two people.
I mean, he's one person.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Let me see. Delroy Lindo, he was really good too.
Love him.
He was the sort of like the comedy relief, but I don't even want to say comedy relief. Whenever there was tension in the movie and there was like real like stress, he would like interject with some type of like levity, some type of humor.
Yeah, I agree.
And it was subtle, and it didn't hit you over the head with it. It didn't like try to force the humor.
You couldn't tell he was trying to make a joke. Like, I like when movies have actors that are funny, but it just seems like the actor's personality
is funny.
It doesn't
Not that
seem
it was
like
written into their lines to make a joke.
So it felt very natural. I think he not only did some of that comedic aspect, but he also had really, really good performances where like he's talking about really serious things, and you kind of get sucked into it as he's telling this story, if you can think of a particular scene that I'm talking about. But he's telling this story, and then music across the board. Yeah,
the music was incredible.
How he used music to continue to tell stories, because it was at one point where I thought this music was playing on the radio. But it was the background music, and they were using the background music to kind of tell the story along with him.
Yes.
Like,
and honestly, they don't tell you this in the trailers. They show, Miles playing the guitar in the trailer, and you know that he's a part of it. But I guess I didn't know that music would be such a major component in this film. But like once I really saw it, I just saw how important it was. So, I definitely, seeing this in the movies is a must, really, for real.
Also, I think if you like to watch interviews and stuff like that, because we kind of do. So you kind of can see Ryan Coogler talking about how the central theme of this is music, and how he wanted to create a movie that was about music, not necessarily that he wanted to do a vampire movie, and I think something that you said was that you would have loved it even if the ideas of vampires wasn't there.
So I think that the movie was really interesting. It captivated my attention before the vampires even enter the film, because a lot of the movie is just about world building. It's just about getting people together and whatnot. But it's not. The vampires aren't introduced until about the halfway point.
Yeah.
So
that's when you see the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't really. If you didn't know this was a vampire film, you may go into it blind and just be like, oh, this is an entertaining film, just in Michael B. playing these sort of bootlegging, fast talking gangsters from the 1930s. It just, I don't know. I was here for it. I'm like, yes, that. I would have been there for that. If this was Prohibition and he was going around killing gangsters or something, I would have been there for that. But the vampires add a really awesome twist. Plus, I feel like the vampires have a more a bigger meaning than just being vampires.
Oh, they definitely
do. Much bigger symbolic meaning.
And
we'll get into that.
We'll get into that in spoilers.
But I think this movie hit all the right notes for me. Character, narrative, plot, presence, pacing, symbolism, atmosphere. It hit all the notes for me.
It's a good movie.
This is why I love the movies, y'all. It was like experiential event. It felt like, I don't know, it felt like I was witnessing like visual art or something like that. Like,
no, it definitely was.
Yeah.
It definitely was. You have to see it because there are some scenes that I want to like say, oh, and this and this and this.
Yeah.
And we can't yet.
Yeah.
But y'all go see this movie.
Yeah.
Just go see it. Okay.
We gonna get into spoilers, so I'm done, y'all. I just needed to. I had to say
those all your points. You want to check them out?
Yeah, they all good. Oh, and you know what? I did want to mention that I loved how everything culminated together. So like the story, the visuals, the music, but also the costumes. I wanted to mention that I loved like how they look, because part of the story, this isn't a spoiler, but part of the story is that the two brothers are from the South. They go to the North in Chicago during that time, and then they come back.
Trailer. But it's okay.
It
doesn't ruin it for you.
Yeah, it doesn't ruin it. They come back to the South, but they appropriate what they took in Chicago. And remember, this is like 1930s, so this is like Prohibition. This is like bootlegging time, Al Capone like type of era.
Up in Chicago.
Yeah, up in Chicago. So like you can really see it in their outfits.
The way that they dress.
So with Smoke and Stack,
because they're going back down to Mississippi.
Yeah.
So they look completely different. They're dressed completely different than anybody else.
So Smoke is dressed in blue, and pretty much the whole film, and Stack is dressed in red.
It's like their vests, like up under their suits and stuff.
And I just love how like they got this kind of this like Prohibition era swag to them. This like gangster era swag. It's just, I don't know. It's given Speakeasy. It's given and then with him with the Tommy gun in the trailer, like that just feels very, I don't know, gangster.
Like a Tommy gun.
I do. A Chicago typewriter. I love it.
Yes. Yeah, this movie was fantastic.
Exceptional.
Okay. Go see the movie.
Go see it.
All right.
And like, I wouldn't even tell y'all this normally. Low key, I love to see it. We saw it in Dolby. So we saw it in like the fancy theater.
You want to see it in IMAX?
I would go see it in IMAX, but I mean, I would go see it in Dolby just because I feel like since music was such a big component,
yes,
it was like the sound actually, because there's a better sound in that theater, it meant something to me. In this particular film, I don't know, it was everything.
I think what Dolby is supposed to like enhance colors and stuff like too, but in IMAX, no, definitely.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
It was great. Okay. We're going to get a little bit into some spoilers now. I don't even know if we're going to do like a beat by beat kind of thing with it, but I do want to talk some themes and some motifs. And yeah, we're about to get into it. So if you do not want to get any spoilers like at all, all right, then you have been warned. Go ahead. Get off this video. Go see the movie.
And make sure you come back.
Okay? Because there's so much to talk about.
It is.
Like, get in these comments.
Especially because this is one of those films that I think people are going to go see, and people might have different interpretations. It's going to make you just talk about it.
So, go ahead and do that. You have been warned. Spoiler alert. Okay. There's so much stuff to talk about. Maybe we'll just go like themes that stuck out to us. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
One theme I think from the very like beginning, the opening scene, when you see Sammy, what's the actor's name?
Miles Cat.
He's also called Preacher Boy.
Yeah, they call him that in the film. Yeah.
You see him coming back into the church after the crazy night. Well, let's just start. I didn't know that everything was going to happen in one day.
Yeah, the whole film took place in one day.
And I guess I should have saw it. I don't know, because think in the trailer you see them all in the same clothes, but who knows? I didn't know that though.
Didn't see
so
that.
when it was like, one day before. I'm like, dang, this whole movie about to take place in one day. But he comes back into the church and he's holding the guitar, and his dad is telling him, like, let the music go and ask God to forgive you and all of that. And so I'm like, okay, right out the door, we see this whole struggle between Christianity and the black church, and then secular music like the blues, and how they really thought like that was the devil's music, and how he told him like that if he chased after his music that he was gonna let the devil in or something like that.
Yeah, he said you keep dancing with the devil. It's all over the marketing for it. And he said one day he's gonna follow you home.
Yes, there you go. That's it. And so I thought, okay, right out the gate we're getting that, because it's this whole idea of, you know, should Christians be involved with secular music? And they attributed music like the blues and jazz and stuff to
like devil's music.
To devil's music, yeah. Taking their men out of their homes, promoting being drunk and promoting sex and stuff like that. So you get to see that kind of right out of the gate. But even just the importance of music as a whole, like Ryan showed that through all of these scenes.
He did. He showed how music was connected, how it like transcends people and time.
Yeah, I think he said that
it's insane.
There were certain people who had gifts musically that was able to pierce the veil between life and death. And this gift that they had, one, that scene itself when Preacher Boy starts playing and he's singing and they're in there dancing, and you begin to see like different time periods of music show up, and you get hip hop shows up, and then they go all the way back to West Africa, like all of the different cultures just enmeshed, the different dances that were there, like that was a dope scene.
It was. Even in that scene, the camera sort of pans up and looks at the ceiling starting to burn. And I feel like there was a double entendre. She caught one of them. So tell them what you was thinking.
The roof is on fire. You know how you better party the roof? I mean, like, not now. Yeah. But of course, like back in the day. Because in the trailer, I always thought that the fire itself was like once things had got bad. But I really think it was symbolizing like, yeah, the roof being on fire and like we about to burn this down. Like let the burn, you know?
And see, I felt
so I like that. What did you think?
The second meaning I thought for that was as he sang and he hit that note and like went up and the camera panned up, it almost looked like that was the moment when he, you know, pierced the veil, because it felt like it felt like a portal was sort of opening, like as if you had a power to open a portal, right? And like it seems like it was sort of an visual allegory of like him like piercing it with his note, like with his voice. And when the fire sort of burns away, it's how the fire burns. It like burned a hole, but then the hole began to separate. Sort of like opening a portal. It just visually was incredible.
It was amazing. I loved it. I loved seeing it. I love the idea that like music, you see, community is just a big thing, and music bringing people together. If you want to put that against church and music and that bringing people together, I think those are just like central themes within the Black community in general. I mean, with people in general, like music, it brings people together.
It does.
I also liked, so there was a scene when it's the woman that Preacher Boy slept with. I don't know what her name is.
I forgot her name, but I know what you're talking about.
She was singing, and if you ever been in church, it made me think about the church clap, like the shouting music and the church clap, because everybody is like using their feet as instruments on the dance floor. Like you hear them like stomping on the dance floor, and it made me think about church music.
That's
like
good.
there are just so many comparisons we already know with like blues and jazz getting hints from gospel music. So okay, that was one thing. And the other thing, not just about like music, but church-wise, I think this was also kind of noting or hinting at how Christianity was something that was forced on Black people, but not just Black people in America, but also Irish people. So both, like 2 times.
There's like a dance sequence, but there's also an Irish dance sequence, which I like that Irish dance sequence too. I liked it both.
On to take that like a little, to change my scope, if you will, the oppression of Black people in America and the oppression of Irish people. It's a theme throughout the movie.
It is.
Because as I started picking up all of these like different Irish notes, like if you think about the 2 groups, like they both had Christianity forced on them. So, you know, like historically, Irish people are Catholic. And that was something that they were fleeing oppression for in England. We weren't traditionally raised Christians in Africa, you know, so that theme was there. They even say something about it where he was saying the Lord's Prayer. Preacher Boy was beginning to say the Lord's Prayer when he was about to die.
Yeah.
And Remick starts saying it with him.
You're right.
And he's like, this thing that was forced on me
now brings me comfort.
Yeah. And I'm like, man.
The lines, like the dialogue, I just felt like everything fell into place.
Yes.
The dialogue, the music, the visuals, it was, man.
It was. It's so good, y'all.
It is really good.
Yes. So I liked that. I like that both groups were represented in a way that you can see, like, we both came from oppression. And I don't know, you get to see that play throughout. I love the Irish dance. Okay, fun fact.
The Irish was kind of fire. He was getting it.
Fun fact, I took Irish dance class in the 5th grade at Melodic Elementary. And we got to wear the skirts.
Oh, you did?
The green skirts with like the little Celtic symbols and stuff on it, and their little laced up shoes. Boy, you can't see my feet. But he was getting it.
Bro, he was getting it.
So it's like they both had their time to show culturally, like, stuff that's important to them, and how music brought them both cultures together. So yeah.
It was such an interesting and beautiful piece of visual artistic expression. It
was great.
It was great.
Another theme, I think, because we already kind of been talking about church, but just like spirituality across the board is another big theme, because not only do you have like God and Christianity, Annie is into hoodoo. So you want to get into like hoodoo and witchcraft and what things save somebody, what things protect somebody. Is a common theme within the movie.
It is.
So like you think about how she was talking about how she prayed for him to be safe, and she had all of these little different trinkets and stuff like that to keep him safe while he was gone. And he asked, like, why didn't this stuff keep our baby safe? You know? And it's just, man, it was just so good. I love their relationship, by the way.
Too. Yeah.
I think that they're 2 different relationships of the brothers. Show again how you were talking about their different characteristics. Because Stack is slick. So
he just kind of got this slick way about him. Maybe it's the gold tooth. I don't know.
Maybe.
Stack just, I don't know. It always like he's shiesty. Like he always got like a quick way to do something, or, you know, he a quick talker, or like, you know, can make a deal or something like that. Whereas Smoke is very, I don't want to say by the book, but just much more reserved, much more like I don't say uptight. He's just much more like rigid.
Yeah, I can give you that. But, and I won't down Stack though.
No.
Well, because, so think about this. The whole time, it seems like Stack's a player when he's talking to, her name was Mary.
Yeah, I think so.
In the movie. When he's talking to Mary, and it's like, oh, he up and left her and told her he wasn't coming back and all of this stuff. And then later on, you see him talking about how he knew the very best way to keep her safe was for him to leave and never come back.
Yeah.
And so even in them wanting to show like, oh, well, one had like a family and a child, and it seemed like the other one was a player. He's really doing something to protect her.
That he believes is the right thing to do.
You know? Yeah. So I think I think that was good to see the dynamic between the brothers' relationship.
Yeah.
I think that was really good. You mentioned something in our non-spoilers about what we think the other meaning of the vampires are.
Oh, yeah.
And as I'm sitting in the movie, I'm like, oh, this is about cultural appropriation.
Yeah. It wasn't just vampires was an interesting choice to use as your like antagonist.
I like that.
But there was a symbolic meaning behind choosing them as an antagonist.
And so when he's like, I want his stories, I want his song, I want his voice, and every single time he would bite somebody that was of a different culture,
he would like absorb what they had.
He would, and I'm like, so this is about cultural appropriation. This is about assimilation, but also like preserving what's yours. Because not only did he want Sammy Preacher Boy's stories and his song, he also was saying that he wanted to bite him to steal his powers so that he could be with his ancestors again, and he could reach out to them. And so I think it's, even when they were telling everybody like, no, you need to just go ahead and let us go ahead and bite you. Like, it's trash over there. Come on over here. You're gonna live forever. And so it's like you want to preserve what's yours and keep what's yours, but also it's about pulling things in and everybody being like blended and connected. And this was a good movie.
It was.
I love all the symbolism. I love it. Okay, what parts surprised you? What parts annoyed you?
So it was surprising to me, similar to what you said about the whole movie being like one day. I didn't know that was going to happen, so that was interesting. I don't think anything really surprised me. I knew it was like a vampire movie, so I knew that once the biting started to happen.
Oh, go ahead.
Once the biting started to happen, it was going to be like one side has a lot of people, then slowly but surely all those people are going to be turned, and then it annoyed me though. There was a part where one of the characters, they were holed up in the barn. One of the characters was very like upset because she was worried about her child, which I understand.
And I mean, I get it.
She just made a very poor choice in words, because in vampire lore, you have to invite a vampire into your home for them to come in. They can't just walk across like a threshold or whatever. So she blurts out, "Come on in.
Come on in."
And I'm just like, okay.
I'm like, this girl. But at that point, she was ready to fight, because she's like, no, they're about to come get my kid. Like, that's a tough.
It is.
That's a tough spot to be
But
in.
then she immediately failed. She got one Molotov cocktail. She threw it. And what did he do? He knocked it out the way.
And that
gone. And it did nothing. So you weren't prepared. You weren't prepared.
That part.
For this.
We're not prepared. They were outnumbered.
And I was just like, y'all not thinking. Not y'all. She was not thinking this through.
She was not thinking at all.
And so that was like the only annoying. But like,
that was annoying.
It was for the fact that she was trying to protect her daughter. I understand it. Yeah, I'm gonna let that one slide. I'm gonna let that one slide.
Okay. Did you think Smoke really killed Stack?
I don't know, actually.
So I didn't, because I'm like, we didn't see the body. We didn't see it. We didn't see it. And I just felt like if he had killed him, they were going to show that on screen.
Yeah, they were too important.
So when he ran back out and was coming to help Sammy when Remick had him by the face and stuff, like, nah. I'm like, he's still alive. So I don't know. What did you think?
By the way, y'all, make sure you stay after the film. There's a 10-minute like post-credit scene. Like,
man, we're gonna have to like
make sure you
go back and put that at the beginning.
Oh no, I mean, you don't say that now. Just it's part of spoilers. But wait, what was your question though?
I was just saying, did you think he was alive? Did you think he let him go?
Honestly, I think he let him go because, I mean, it showed that their brother dynamic was so strong. I didn't think that he killed him, but I thought maybe he just like let him go, like just let him escape or something. Like I didn't think we would see him again. Like, I didn't think that would show up.
Okay. What about, do you think you would have the strength enough to kill me if they got me?
Dang, I don't know.
I'm gonna have to kill you.
Dang.
Because so you could start running around trying to turn me into a vampire?
No, I'm sure I could probably fight it. I could get to, maybe.
Get to what?
Get to, I won't turn.
No.
Okay, I get it.
I'm killing you.
All right, that's fair.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, no. So good job.
Yeah.
We loved Annie. So we saw Annie first in what, Lovecraft Country.
That was like the very first
that I ever saw her in. So
yeah.
I loved seeing her in this.
And she got good range. She did Loki season 1 and 2. So, yeah.
So, oh yeah, she did. She was in Loki. So it was good to see her in that. What else?
I think I hit most of my points.
Ryan is funny. As far as, why were they talking so much about, how do I want to say this? Cunnilingus? All the time. That was very funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
That was kind of woven throughout.
It was.
What other things? Y'all, we love the movie. Go see it.
Yeah, go see it, y'all.
All right.
We can get to the rating.
What are you gonna give Sinners out of 10?
For me, this is our channel's first 10 out of 10.
I agree.
I had such a fun time. And I can't really think of something that I would say like detracted from it. And that part about the mother who was like worried for her daughter and she made like a silly mistake, I can let that slide because of the situation.
Yeah, I'm not about
so I don't want to detract that from the
change
score.
my rating.
I'm gonna say a 10, bro. This is my first 10.
I'm saying 10 out of 10. It's our channel's first 10 out of 10. Okay, we loved this movie.
Yeah, and I would 100% watch this again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure my mom wants to see it,
and I kind of would go again.
She wants to go see
because I love seeing other people's interpretation. They might get something different that I have, and then we talk.
Which is why we want to talk with y'all about it.
Right? Come on, get in the comments, y'all. We definitely want to hear what y'all think about this.
Yes, it was so good.
Yeah.
So go ahead, watch the movie, come back, talk about it with us.
Yes.
And we'll see y'all in our next video.
See you in the next one, y'all. See you later.